kind of explain, the picture. That's the cover photo for this video. So it's essentially kind of like the small story of Cash, because if I did a long story, it'd be 2-3 part series, and I don't want to do all that. So who am I? Dude out of Dallas, came up to Tulsa, Oklahoma, always been involved in cars. And, when high school ended, I ended up getting into car club. So the car club was named Euphoria. Shout out to Drew and Dustin and just others. Man, I 60 dudes. For a town like Tulsa, it's not that big. So to have 60 cars in a club is actually pretty big. And we had these big old banners called Euphoria across the window, and team drama and racing and stuff like that, yada yada yada. You know how it goes if you've ever been in a car club. Now I kind of want to talk about what led me becoming who I am, and as far as like going straight, I would say, because I used to be about that life, running on the freeway, about that life, just 12, 14 cars going to Mexico and just consistently racing. I mean, that is a thrill, but at the same time, there's consequences. So I'll tell you the story. One time, I was out with Euphoria, and we're at a parking lot, local meetup spot. It's supposed to be an area where no trespassing. It was actually an old Walmart parking lot. Everybody was there. It's Friday night. Everybody's out, good weather, everybody's showing up in their cars and clean and stuff. So, I'm out with my crew. And then there was this one specific cop, little backstory on this cop. So my club had gotten so big to where we were starting to get noticed by the police. I can't control grown men, if they out racing, whatever, it's like, hey, don't make us look bad. If you take an L, just take that L, but we don't want you to take no L's. So anyways, there's this cop, and his name is something, I don't know. We just called him the Rookie. And he personally had a problem with me. I mean, this dude knew me by Cash. Oh, there's Cash. There's Cash, He's arrested me for like trespassing. He's arrested me for like minor traffic tickets and things of that nature. And so I had really gotten tired of this dude. And so one day, back at Walmart parking lot, out chilling with the crew, and we see a cop car roll up, and I was like, damn, I had already knew it was the Rookie before it was the Rookie getting out of the car. So I'm sitting and I'm chilling, and this cop, he comes from the far south side of the parking lot, and he has to pass at least 10 to 15 cars on the way to me. And so I'm with my crew, and we're out, we're chilling, and then he comes up, and I was like, he coming straight for me. I didn't have any warrants at the time, nothing like that. And so he gets out, this scrawny, tall cop. And not disparaging, it was a tall, scrawny white guy. And he just looked like, the traditional nerd turns cop. So he gets out the car, and he's like, Cash, get out the car. And I'm in the car with my brother. And I was like, nah, man, not today. So I skirted out. And so don't laugh at me, but the car that I had at this time was a 1989 Honda Accord. It was cool though. I'm gonna put a picture of it up. 1989 Honda Accord. It was tight. Okay, it was tight. This was back in 2008. Okay, it was fuel injected, and it was an automatic before I had swapped to a 5-speed manual transmission. This car was sick. I actually miss this car the most because of now, anything you can do to a car. I mean, I can only imagine what I could do with that car if I had it now. You know what I'm saying? It was, pretty much stock. It was lowered, had some gold wheels. It was white, which I'm starting to notice. I have a lot of cars with gold wheels. This was the first time that I did the white and gold. And so I'm in the car with my brother. Rookie gets out, and he's actually facing towards me, and I'm facing this way. So this is how it looks. And so he gets out the car, like, Cash, get out the car. And I was like, dude, not today. I skirted out, popped the clutch, I don't know. I was in second by the time I got out of the parking lot. I popped the e-brake, power slid around this little island, and I was gone. So I started heading north, and from what my friends were telling me in the parking lot, the rookie had gotten in his car and he had turned around and he started to chase me, and he headed south. And so there's always that, the spot where everybody goes, and there's cops patrolling. So I guess the rookie had called it in, and there was cops looking for me. But by the time they was looking for me south, I was way out north and I was gone. This is back in the Fast and Furious days. I had a homegirl who was, I don't want to say that rudely, had a homegirl who used to hang around with the team. That's a better way to say it. And she stayed with her grandparents. And so she told her grandparents, he's like, hey, can I put my friend's car in the garage? So, I put my car in the garage. My mom's calling me. She's like, Richie, the police are here. They're looking for you. I don't know where you're at. And I was like, I'm just not coming home tonight, Mom. Not coming home, because the rookie knew me. He knew me like, he almost felt like he knew me on a personal level. So he made it very clear that he knew where I stayed. So he went to my mom's house looking for me. And so I had my car somewhere, and then I spent the night at a friend's house. So after that happened, dude, all I got was phone calls, text messages from my friends. Dude, that was so tight. You ran from the rookie. You made him look embarrassed. Yada, yada, yada. That was dope. So what happened to me? Ego. Ego. Stupid high. I mean, I was like, man, I ran from the cops. Ain't nobody can touch me. I'm Cash. I run euphoria. I am doing the damn thing. Ooh. Pride and destruction. There's a reason why the good book says pride comes before destruction. So that happened on a Friday or Saturday. Anyways, 1 week later, I'm at my baby mama's house. I know this is the beginning of 2008. Because I remember Obama being on TV, and I guess this is when he got the nomination. My brother called me, and my brother works probably about a good 20-minute drive from where I was at. He was like, hey, need a ride? And I'm like, man, whatever. So it's like 11:30 at night on a Sunday night. And so I was like, man, I'll come swoop you up. So it had rained the day, I think it had rained a few hours earlier. And as it rained, streets were slick, but you know how it is. If you're in a 5-speed vehicle and you ain't got no traction control, you hit the gas, and if you have an exhaust, it's going to look like you're slipping. So anyways, I'm driving on my way to get my brother. I get about a mile away from my baby mama's house, and this cop is behind me. And I'm like, here we go again. And so I had gotten onto the freeway. And, like I said, it was just slippery outside, hit the gas, and then, it sounded like that I was really punching it, and wasn't that at all. I was just trying to catch traction. Anyways, so I'm driving, and this cop is like right on my bumper, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna just get off, do that obligatory, I'm gonna get off the freeway. So as I'm exiting this freeway ramp, this area, it's called by the traffic circle here in town. As I'm exiting, he lights me up, and I'm like, nope, not today. I already got away once. I'm gonna get away again. Not so much this time. So hurry up. I'm on the gas. Bust a left. I'm like, all right, where am I going? Heading north. And it's really early in the morning. Nobody's out. So I'm not worried about, traffic, anything like that. So I'm going. Cops behind me. He starts to fall back a little bit because he knows I'm running, but he's still keeping in proximity. So I hurry up and get to this light, 46th Street North, and I hurry up and bust a right. Except I'm going so fast and I don't have ABS. I slide into turning right. I actually was turning right into oncoming traffic. And I'm like, oh crap, I have to hurry up and get off this side of the road. So I'm doing about, as fast as I can, going about 60 to 80 on the streets. And I'm like, I need to get on the freeway. So I'm on the wrong side of traffic, and then I hop onto the freeway the wrong way. Oh, so dumb. So I drive down an on-ramp or an off-ramp, so people will be coming off of the freeway while I was coming on. And then I hurry up and bust a U. The cop's right behind me. So as I pull the e-brake and I turn, and the cop, he goes left and I go right. I'm gone again. So as I'm jetting, I felt like that in this moment, my car knew that we would never see each other again. I mean, my car gave me everything it had. I'm pushing this Honda Accord. I'm pushing this, and it was a hatch, okay? It was a Honda Accord hatch. Don't judge the Honda Accord hatch. I can feel it in the comments. Okay, so anyways, I'm going, and I'm on the freeway, and it's a 4-lane freeway, but there's a crevice in the middle. So 2 going north and 2 going south. So anyways, as I'm going, I see this car like in the middle of the crevice, and it's all blacked out. I don't pay no attention to it, but then somebody gets out, and I'm like, crap. As I'm getting closer and closer to it, I see that it's an unmarked police car. This dude gets out, and he throws something in the road, and I hear ptss. So I hit spike strips, and it got my driver's side front and rear tire. So I'm like, man, I don't want to mess up my car. Even in me running from the police, I'm thinking about not messing up my car. Crazy, huh? And so as I am still heading north, I'm like, man, I'm gonna just go ahead and put on my hazard lights and just pull over. Okay, they got me. I'm not messing up my car. I don't want to scratch my wheels. I'll receive my tickets, maybe go to jail for a couple of days, yada yada yada. So park my car, put my hazard lights on, throw my keys out, just get straight on the ground. And there's like 8 to 10 cops as I'm driving through a town, because I drove probably maybe a total of 10 to 15 miles. So as I'm driving through this one town called Owasso, and Owasso, the freeway is in the middle of Owasso. So on the left and on the right, there's nobody out but cop cars. All you see is cop cars just coming towards the freeway. And I'm like, oh my goodness, this is like real Need for Speed, Grand Theft Auto 5-star type of stuff. I mean, I'm like, this is really in the shits of it. So as I pull over, like I said, threw my keys out, got out, put my hands on my head. I look, and there's like 10 cops just standing out with their guns drawn. They're like, put your hands behind your back. And my hands are on my head like this. And they're like, put your hands behind your back. I'm like, my hands on my head. Put your hands behind your back. Man, at least 6 of them must have came up, rushed me, do the obligatory knee to the neck on the side of the ground. They was kicking the hell out of me. I mean, it was kicking me good, like a baby Rodney King beating, kick me, and I'm black, obviously. And I got bruised. Like, I was bruised up from them just kicking me. And so, after they pulled my hands, put them behind my back, they handcuffed me, obviously. And then while my head was still on the ground and they had a knee on my head, or a knee on my neck, one of them maced me. And if you ain't never been maced, you do not want to be maced in the front. And I wear contacts. So, man, that mace was just burning. Oh, it burned so bad. So I'm sitting there, and I get in a cop car, and I'm looking at my car, and they're searching my car thinking I have drugs or a gun or anything like that. And, I'm in the car, I'm like, just like going crazy. I used to have asthma as a kid, so I thought I was having an asthma attack. And so the cop got in the car, he's like, shut up. I was like, I can't breathe. He's like, if you don't shut up, I'm gonna pull over and I'm gonna beat your ass. And I was like, that little kid that and so yeah, they took me to one of the police stations, and as I was in the police station, this guy was like, you didn't have to run, you didn't have no drugs and nothing on you, you could have just got a ticket and been about your way. And then all of a sudden I hear, yeah, he ran from me last week. I was like, fuck. It was the rookie. The rookie was talking to the other cop that I had that I was running from. And I was like, fuck. Man, it sucked. So I'm burning, listening to them. And so, hands behind my back, still burning. Can't touch your face. Just horrible time. And, I was like, man, how many felonies do I have? Thinking that, I ain't do no felonies, with running from the police. You're just gonna give me a ticket, right? And he was like, you have 3. I was like, what? Anyways, they take me to Tulsa County, book me in, and eventually the mace wore off about 2 to 3 hours. I mean, it took a while. And so, I can call, but who am I going to call? Because they give me a paper of all my charges. Okay, so here are my charges. I had 11 traffic tickets. I'm pretty sure they got me for everything under the sun, lowered car, modified exhaust, tinted windows, running a red light, speeding, whatever. 11 traffic tickets, 3 felonies. A looting felony, assault with a dangerous weapon, and running a roadblock felony. I was like, wow. Okay, I can see the eluding felony, but the assault with a dangerous weapon, what did I do? I told you, when I got onto the freeway using the off-ramp and the cop went left and I went right, they said that was assault with a dangerous weapon, which is my car. So my car was a dangerous weapon. And so, and then they said running a roadblock. And I was like, what roadblock did I run? They said there was a cop on the freeway that tried to stop you, but you ran past him. Spike strip, dude. So they definitely threw some charges at me. And, I didn't know nobody who could get me out, who had that type of bail money. So, they put me in jail. Obviously, I was there for about 90 days. And they did this thing called a PSI, pre-screen investigation, to see if you're somebody worth letting out on probation or you just need to go to the yard prison. And so after the 90 days I was in, I see the judge, and this is a hard judge. He's the judge that while I was in jail, they was like, yeah, they told this one dude to count how many red cars there were outside. He counted them, and that's how many years the judge gave him in prison. And then he asked another dude, do you see a yellow Corvette outside? The dude said no. He's like, well, if you would have, you wouldn't have been going to prison. Like, this is the judge that hands out some numbers, a black dude too. And so I had a public defender, this white woman. Her name was Shelly. I doubt she'll ever watch this, but shout out to Shelly. While I was in court, and they said, well, the judge looked at your driving history, and I was like, dude, I am going to prison. I have a horrible driving history, from no insurance, expired driver's license, just drag racing, aggravated speeding. Dude, I had a laundry list. Okay, I had a laundry list of traffic tickets. So I was like, man, I'm going to jail. I'm going to prison. Didn't. So the judge was like, and this was my Ricky Bobby moment. Judge was like, what are you doing out there? And mind you, behind me, because whenever you go to court, serious court, you're sitting with people who, who have possibly, aggravated burglaries and murderers, and just you're sitting with the worst of the worst people. Your guys are all in the same pot. And so the judge had me stand up. He's like, what were you doing out there? And I was like, I swear to God. The judge was like, what are you doing out there? And I was like, man, I want to be a race car driver. I told the judge I wanted to be a race car driver. And like when I said that, the entire court started laughing. Public defender's laughing, judge is laughing, county clerk, she's laughing, other lawyers is laughing, the crowd is laughing, everybody's laughing. I was like, man, I want to be a race car driver. And he was like, all right, okay. I guess because I was truthful. He was like, all right, man, you save that for the race car track. He said, you save that for the track. And I'm going to let you out on probation. You're going to have 3 felonies on a deferred sentence. And this is your only chance. If you get a ticket in between now and 3 years, or if you miss any of your payments, because whenever you do something like this, you have a whole bunch of payments you have to do. I think I racked up like $7,000 to $8,000 in fines and stuff. And so he was like, if you miss a payment, I'm going to put you in jail at $5 a day, like off of $6,000 to $7,000. I was like, not missing anything. So I end up getting out, no driver's license, nothing, and what's the first thing I do? I'm like trying to talk to my mom, like, hey, where's my car at? She's like, we let that go. I was like, you let it go? She's like, yeah, it's gone. The cops took it in and they sold it and it's gone. And I was like, that sucks. But anyways, that's part 1. I thought I wasn't going to do a series, but I can tell this is getting quite long. So that is part 1 of the cash story, and check out for part 2. All right, y'all. Peace.